Hey guys, welcome to the Interested Show. This is my podcast, and in this podcast, I get candid with the people. And it's not about those who are famous, it's about those who are trying their best, who are trying their best to do something, trying to achieve something. This is the Interested Show. This is the first episode of the Interested Show. It features my friend Mourya DebPanda. It had a lot of fun. It's the first episode. It has one more episode also, but I would request you to watch it and show your love and also provide me with the edits and what all do you want and what are the things I went wrong in the first episode. I won't say much. This is the first episode of the Interested Show. Hope you like this show. Enjoy. So, hi guys, this is me, Anjishnu Chaudhary, and welcome to the first episode of the Interested Show. My guest for the first episode is Mourya Panda. He is my batchmate from my coaching and is also a good friend of mine, and we share similar vibes when it comes to career. So, I would like Mourya to give his introduction since it's allowed, and I would prefer him to give it. Thank you.
And it would not be possible for me to do it alone. Moya.
Hey, I am Mourya DebPanda, currently a student. I have put my hands into a lot of things because that's what I think is the best way to predict the future basically for me. So currently I'm a student. Beside, I am trying to get it big on YouTube. For a fact that my vlog channel just hit 100 subs today itself. So yeah,
Congratulations for that, Mourya. I saw that.
thank you. So you can say that's pretty much my intro. I'm a student who just shifted from science, and I'm very happy about it as well.
So, Moria, as you said that you recently left science and you are pursuing English. So, why did you do it? What was the reason behind it? Like, you are leaving science and completely pursuing a different course. So, what was the aim and what was the reason behind it, if you could say that?
Okay, I need to take you down the memory lane for this. So, it was basically the pandemic year, and I didn't feel like that the vibe that I was carrying was matching with science basically because I was never feeling it's right that studying science was giving me the feeling of like, this is what you want to do. And when this why was not clear with me now, then I thought that maybe it's not for me. Like, I took science basically because everybody took it. I will be very honest about it. It wasn't my decision because क्लास 10 में भाई क्या ही होता है मतलब तुम भी समझते हो ना like class 10 is a pretty young age for us to decide what our future would be. So I took it because all of my friends were taking, my parents said that taking science is the next big thing, and everybody also motivated me to take science, so I did. But after experiencing what can happen by taking science, I realized that maybe it's not my cup of tea. So I just decided to call it off. And I've been late to realize what I want to do in my life, or maybe at this moment what I want to do, and that's why I want to go towards it. And science was something that was holding me back. So I thought cut all ties. That's why I just left.
So, what are your future plans, Moria? Like you're giving up science and taking up English honors. So, what is your aim in your life? What are the future plans in your life? So, if you could say.
The thing is that I always had this thing in my mind that I wanted to do YouTube. But every time I had this conversation with my parents, they used to push it forward. Sorry, push it backward basically. Like I remember the first time when I had this conversation with my dad. That was in class 8, and he said me, YouTube is something you can consider doing after 12th, maybe. So in class 8, my dreams got pushed to for 4 years. And now when I was at the edge of it, when I was at the edge, pinnacle basically of actually going to try YouTubing, that's when my dad actually said, try medical as well. Try for 5 more years maybe to gain some experience. And even after that, if you have the persistence in your dream that you want to do YouTube, then go for it. But I thought that it will be a lot of time for me. So that's why I am going hard on YouTube basically at present. And future की बात करना है तो I would actually try to do something out of this academics, but I don't to be very honest, I don't trust academic line much. So the main aim right now for me is to make it big on YouTube. Try to make it big on YouTube. But also the thing is that you must have something called plan B, or something like a cushion that will be there for you when you fall, if you fall. So for that, I've thought, let's try something with the academic line. Let's try something easy, and I think English might just be the case for me. So yeah, that's why I'm going with English, to see what can I do in this subject, and the time that I'll be having left, I'll be going hard with YouTube at that time, mainly YouTube. But let's see what all variations can we do with that.
Coming to the next question, since you mentioned your father giving you permission, so what was the reaction in your house when you decided to change streams and decided to drop science and take up English? So what was the reaction when you took YouTube as a career?
Like I was very scared to actually spill it in front of my dad that I want to leave MBBS completely. I want to leave science completely, and I want to opt something as art, as humanities like English. So I was pretty afraid. Loki, I was very afraid when I was saying, and basically this is what I did. I did not say it directly to him. I told my mom first, and I told her to actually say it, convince my dad. But my dad wanted a conversation with me. So yeah, the pretty Indian way did not work for me. So I had to face my dad. And when I actually told my plan to him, that this is not what I want to do. Lately, I've realized that it's very time consuming, number one. And number two, I don't find much interest in it. So even if I am a doctor, even if I become a doctor, say 10 years down the line, I won't be happy because I don't like the process. Maybe it means I like biology, but studying it for the rest of my life, say 10, 15 years from now, I won't enjoy it because I don't enjoy it right now, and I can see that. So easily, maybe when I'll be in my 30s, I might have a MBBS degree or become a doctor, but I won't be happy, and I just want to be happy. That's what I said my dad, and he said very calmly, "What do you want? So what do you want to do with your life, basically?" So I was like, what about English? Like I threw a couple of subjects in front of him. Say, what about English? What about philosophy? What about history? Like randomly, any subject I took name of, except for science. They try this, try this, try this. What about all these subjects? So he was like, bro, not bro basically, but he said, no, you are not in line with your thoughts right now. Select a subject that you actually want to do. Then I was like, okay, he's considering. Then I said, maybe English, because out of all the subjects that I picked, it has something scope, something of a scope in future. So yeah, and he was pretty cool about it. Not at first, he wanted me to complete, go and sit for MBBS, go and sit for the rest of the JEE. But yeah, eventually he does agree.
Wasn't it a bit too risky, Moria? Considering that not everyone takes up YouTube as a career, and you are taking up YouTube as a career and doing English at your side. So, wasn't it a too risky decision at your side?
Yeah, like I had a gut feeling. I was afraid. So there was this battle between my brain and my heart. The heart wanted, "Chalo, ki kar dete hai. Let's quit everything and let's start afresh." And my brain was like, "Okay, wait, analyze this thing and see this thing." So there was this constant battle for like say 3 4 months constantly in my head. It started back in January, and then I was actually analyzing. See, what if this happens? What if that happens? And all the permutations and combinations that I could have done, I did it. And then I came to this one single conclusion that what if I just don't try? Like there's a option that I have that is very safe, at least might sound safe. I don't know what 5 years from down the line engineering would look like, because clearly most of the engineers are unemployed right now, so we can actually hope that trend might continue, or maybe not, who knows the future. So anyways, the thing is that I could have opted for engineering or something from medical background that did not take so much years. Means I would be having a degree that at least would be respected in the society. What that degree will pay me off with, will it be able to actually pay my bills? That's a different issue. But something the society will accept me for. I could have had that. But for me to have that, I had to completely give up on my dreams, because I have seen that the pressure. in today's age the science student especially has to go through is enormous. And having that pressure already built upon you and having multiple dreams, not just one YouTube channel, but having multiple of dreams of trying different things, say photography, say videography, say infotainment videos, say podcasting. I want to try everything and let's just see what happens. So trying to do everything at the top of the levels and also continuing studies with that would be have been very difficult. So I just had to take one simple call that what if I don't try anything? What if I just have a degree and live the rest of my life? Will I be happy? This happiness question was always my number one priority. And when I saw that if I didn't take any risk and if I just lived a life like rest of the ones who are actually going on a safe path, would I be happy? And my answer was always no. See, at least you have tried. That would be a consolation I would be having. But that thing I would have clearly not had if I did not try. So I was like, चलो एक बार try करके देख लेते हैं. And if things fail, then there are multiple options we can look forward to it. But right now I'm pretty young and I want to actually try and let's just see what happens. That's the goal for the next 2 3 years.
So, since you have taken YouTube as a main career, so what's your take on the Indian YouTube scenario? Like, you know the famous ones, and there are a lot of budding ones, and the rise in number of subscribers has generally been huge earlier, not when there was much competition. So, and most importantly, all of us, like not all of us, most of us watched YouTube at home when we were during pandemic, and it might not be the same once the pandemic ends when we go to our office or to our school. So do you think that will change, and then how it will affect the Indian YouTube scenario, and how the Indian YouTube scenario can flourish? I would like to know your take on that, please.
Okay, that's a pretty good question. So yeah, this is the thing that I would like to say. Like the first time when I had the dream of starting YouTube was back in, I don't remember the year. You can calculate it. I was in class 7 at that time. So class 7 was pretty young for Geo days, basically, maybe 2016, 17. So at that time, the scenario was completely different than what it is today. People were making content that were consumed by the masses, and people came to know about YouTube for the first time. But right now, after the pandemic, after whatever the changes that YouTube has gone through for the last couple of years, like you remember during the pandemic, the mobile video resolution were decreased to some 720p or 480p, maybe. And then now we do have this short section coming up. So clearly, YouTube is also changing, and like new YouTubers are coming, have to evolve. But the ones who have actually got to the pinnacle don't have much of problems to do. But the fun thing about YouTube is that with every new day, more and more people will be coming to it. And this just works as a hub for everything that you are doing. So like YouTube might just be a gateway for everyone in India and in rest of the world, especially the third world countries who are getting access to internet right now to explore content from entertainment to infotainment to education to everything. And YouTube India is going to flourish because, see, don't get me wrong, but this pandemic was an eye opener basically because online education until now was a taboo. And then all of a sudden, Aman Khattar was just blowed up, and then physics wala blowed up, and like not just corporate, but some YouTubers. That's the beauty of YouTube basically. It takes ordinary people from everyday life and make them heroes, and that's why I want to try my hands in there as well. Because everyone who has gotten big on this platform were just a regular, ordinary human, just like us, roaming around the street with a dream, with a vision, maybe with a vision or an what should I say? Something, an instinct that let's do it. They were all young kids, young dreamers, one at a time. But after like say 4 5 years of hustle, we can see what the space can provide you with. We can talk about Be a Biceps. We can talk about the Bhuvan Bam. We can talk about everyone who has made it big on the platform. You can say Kariminati as well. He started off with just a face cam video, and today he just dropped from his school. He didn't even go to college. So what YouTube can provide you with is gold mine, something that regular education system or like something well off path cannot provide you with. It can provide you with what it provides to a billion other people. But for you to be exceptionally be treated, YouTube is the place. I would say that. But the risk, like you said, is extremely high because everybody wants to be a YouTuber today. But the ones who actually, I won't say are talented will stay, but the ones who are actually persistent and who are actually willing to put the effort for a period of time will succeed. That's what I think. Because not everything you see on YouTube is sheer talent.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
So, Mario, what are the genres you want to focus on? Like, if I would take this chance to inform the viewers that Mario has a skit channel, Mario has a vlogging channel, Mario has a short videos channel, Mario has a gaming channel. His YouTube shop is quite big, and I personally, as a viewer and a subscriber, not as a friend, would like to review the videos and say that the videos on his skit channel are so good and so enriched that if you watch them you would definitely get addicted to it. The channel links would be provided in the description below. You can definitely go and watch them, and I hope you will like them. So, Moria, what are the genres you want to focus on? Like, what are the genres on which you want to create videos on, if you could say?
So for this, I need to tell you a story. So like I said, when I was in class seven, I first thought of YouTubing, and that was the time my sole inspiration was tech. I wanted to do something with tech because that was the time when all the tamam YouTubers, tech YouTubers were rising. Technical Guruji for that instant, and Technical Guruji was having beefs after beefs at that time. And along with that, many other small creators who are big today were also rising. Besides, I was also watching videos from the West, Marcus Brownlee, Austin Evans, Unbox Therapy. They were all pretty small channels at that time and producing some quality videos. So I wanted to like do this. Man, that would be so amazing.
Do you think quality is inversely proportional to quantity? Because if you see, Technical Guruji uploads regularly two videos, which he didn't do earlier, and earlier his videos were too interesting. Also, like I was a fan of his videos some 2 to 3 years back, but now that Chale Shuru Karte Hai dialogue, it doesn't have that magic it had earlier. And like he uploads two videos a day and it doesn't make them interesting. So what do you think about this?
Consistency is a curse because this man is doing a phenomenal job at his consistency. He's uh, managing a business of his own. That takes a lot of time. He has built it from scratch. Besides, he is producing two videos daily. With that, he is also like making vlogs weekly on a weekly basis. So, like, see, here's the thing: he has committed to being consistent. And at the end of the day, I would say you have to choose between two candlesticks. That is, either go for quality or go for quantity. Like if you had to case study them side by side, say MKBHD on one hand and on one hand we are having technical guru because MKBHD is shooting at 8K and he is doing all of the industry level grade A quality stuff and his content is very exclusive. And while we are seeing technical guru who's producing say 1,000 videos in a year, so clearly, when one is producing quality content, say once in 2 months, that's what MKBHD probably did. 6 videos a year. So he is putting a lot of time into making every shot feel like it's experience in itself. He is shooting in the industry's grade A quality cinema cameras. He shoot a freaking smartphone. And on the other hand, Technical Guruji has been consistent for so long that he feels repetitive. That's what I can say. That चलिए शुरू करते हैं has not got that charm because it has been repeated every single day for 2 times a day. So that has actually probably faded because the old viewers, or shall I say the OG of Technical Guruji, do not find him that attractive today because there's many other people in the market who are producing just as better content or maybe better content than him who are not maybe probably as consistent as him.
Like
So yeah,
Like Tech Burner, his table thumping way, that's so popular that got his channel so high. His content also. And so what are the genres you are focusing now? That's my question.
well, I am focusing right now on vlogs because I have seen this crazy thing happening in Indian space basically कि भाई vlogs के साथ लोग crazy experiment कर रहे हैं and people are liking it for a reason because The first time when I was introduced to vlog was through Casey Neistat. He was like a gem of a YouTuber and he just made it big on the platform and then he left it. But then I also came to Indian space and then I was following Mumbai Nikhil very ardently. And when he just started daily vlogging, when he just took his chance with daily vlogging, he started to blow. Like I wasn't very sure that if this works or not because I haven't seen Casey Neistat grow. I have seen him in midway, but I have seen Mumbai Nikhil grow with his daily vlogs. Like his graph just went out of the charts. Similar thing happened in the pandemic with this guy Saurabh Joshi. I don't watch much of his videos, but similar attitude he has shown. So that's why I want to try my hands at vlogging because I want to the main aim behind blogging is that I want to try make movies. And for me to make movies, I cannot always have scripts. I cannot always have crew, cast, and stuff like that. For that, it takes a lot of time, and I have seen that time and time again with my vlog, with my skit challenge. But I want to get skilled with the process of making movies. That's why I thought maybe my life can help me with that. Just make movies around my life, and let's try shots from different angles. Let's try to mix music. So I want to get into the technicalities, and that's why I think vlog might help. So that's the first thing that I'm really into right now. And I also started a infotainment channel very impulsively, which I am not currently active on, but I plan to be very active on it from next year, basically, where I will be actually doing some proper, very fundamental case studies that might just be interesting. I just want to try my hands on. I don't know if that will work or not. I don't know if I would want to do it for a prolonged period of time or not. I would just want to try it, but I want to be very much authentic with that, and that's why I'm taking a little bit of time. I took a step back, and I'm preparing for it. Also, one thing that I loved doing in this pandemic was listening to or say watching podcasts. So, and I think that that might just blow in Indian space basically because what happens. I have seen this one thing happening. What happens in US or in the West 10 years before takes a sudden turn in India 10 years after. This thing I have seen in YouTube genre basically. Tech was blowing in YouTube US in 2013. That thing started blowing up right now, or say in the pandemic year. Similarly, I have heard of this Joe Rogan, and he just started off doing podcasting with his friends, and he just got a 100 million deal with Spotify. So, and with the rise of podcasting in India, with Ranveer leading the way, I think that will be another thing that people will be really into. Smart, cool, and very interesting podcast. So also want to try my hands on that place. And
Hopefully, our podcast will also be in lines with Ranveer and all someday, I believe. So, hopefully.
yeah, that's the thing. We can only
So
hope right now.
yeah,
Yeah, like in the initial years, it's the content that matters because at the end of the day, you don't have much subscribers on your channel. Like if you have even 6 lakh subscribers or say 3 lakh subscribers, people will think of subscribing on your channel. But when you have, you say like you are in the initial stages of YouTube, then it's the content. People are drawn towards your channel by your content in the videos. So, and that sense, I would like to ask you since your first channel on YouTube was your skit channel, and you have a gaming channel also, and you plan to open a podcast. So, what is your take? Like, are you currently focusing only on vlogging on? Because I feel that the skit channel by which I got to know your YouTube potential, and I believe that's the highest subscribed channel in your account. So what do you think? Are you pursuing those also? And what's the plan with your other channels? Are you planning to do them simultaneously or not?
We are actually making skits. We are actually on the scripting process. The scripting we are doing for many of the future skits. We have not abandoned it. I just want to tell to my viewers who actually watch me that we haven't actually abandoned that channel. We are preparing skits. We are shooting as well. But here's the one thing that I have noticed with starting Lapcode is that to produce sketch videos, now you need to have everything prepared beforehand because things can go wrong at an instant. Because at that time, while you are preparing a sketch video that is supposed to make an impact, that you want to bring something, bring a message to the society, which just has a lot going on in your shoulder. It's not just you. It's your entire team that need to be coordinated with that. The script should be perfect, with the lighting, with the process of shooting, with the editing, everything should be perfect. And for that to happen consistently every week or say monthly, you need to have things prepared beforehand. So that's the approach we are taking right now, that we will be scripting for the video, we are going to shoot the video, and we will be having things prepared beforehand before we start posting. Because once we have started posting regularly, there's no going back. That's what I feel about YouTube. Because at the end of the day, YouTube will treat you just as another channel. They won't see that this channel has produced some very fine thing that is actually making an impact, that is showing something positivity. They will just know numbers. And also they understand this consistency. So to have both of them in a sketch channel, you need to have things prepared beforehand. So that's what we are doing right. That will might probably take you 24 to 30 hours to complete. So putting that time into playing a video game right now, I just feel is a bit not my type. I won't say that people who are doing it and making big with that, but I want to try other genres to make some money and then be able to actually put that into gaming channel and chill right there. That's the entire goal right now. I don't want to hustle hard on gaming channel as well. That channel we can have it, but the time when we actually are able to amass a audience, we will game there to chill, not to just hustle and earn money and stuff like that. चलो कि रोज वीडियो डालेंगे और मतलब 3 3 घंटे streams करेंगे और कुछ like that. Because at the end of the day, I don't consider myself to be a hardcore gamer. I'm just an amateur gamer who's just enjoying the process. So for me to enjoy that, I want to give up on that for the time being. So gaming channel will be on full. That's my take right now.
So with that, and our first episode, it has been fabulous spending the first episode of this show with you. I had always, interested in creating a podcast with you because you also wanted to create a podcast, and I wanted to be not just a bit lecture, but also getting candid and sharing things which some like the recent millennials, or I would say the teenagers, would be able to relate to. So that's how I would sum up the first episode of the Interested Show. Would you like to say something for my viewers and for your viewers, since many of my friends and many of your subscribers might be watching this episode?
So anyone who is watching this, you just need to subscribe to this guy, because like you saw, the first conversation actually we did not have anything pre-planned. We just went in candidly and we just got depth into many topics. So if you want to actually see this sort of videos, so do subscribe, and that will actually help him as well to grow and to have this core audience built now. That I'm telling you also, the ones who are actually will be interested in your conversation is a gold mine to have. So yeah, talk to him, press that bell icon, and just keep waiting and keep telling him to actually put more and more videos, because creators get very what should I say, lazy. So yeah, that's what you gotta do, the viewers.
Thank you, Mourya, for joining in. So that's how we sum up the first episode of the Interested Show. I hope you guys liked the first episode. There are many more episodes to come. Show us some love. Make sure to subscribe to my channels. Make sure to subscribe to Mourya's channels. All the links will be provided in descriptions below. And also make sure to tell us what all do you want in the next episode. Thank you.